Hey, Adam Culbertson here. Before we begin, we got a promo from another independent podcast, so when you finish this episode, make sure you go and check them out.
Ho there, stranger. I have a question for you, if I may be so bold. Do you love fantasy? With its heroes of goodness and knights of daring do? Hearty dwarves and mystical elves? Incredible dragons who rule the skies and breathe fire? Maidens so fair, they make the gods themselves weep at their beauty. You do? Well, never mind then, off you go. But if you like darkness, disparity, blood and gore, necromancy and demons, then I have a tale for you, my friend. For in the world of Aetheran, there is but a glimmer of light amongst the coming shadow. The eternal darkness is spreading its influence from the world beyond, seeking to wash over the land like a dark tide. All is doomed. But there is still hope. A candle burns within the gloom for those that seek to walk within the light. The Knights of the Argent Order, warriors and wielders of magic, trained solely in the arts of demonic eradication. These brave few will battle to the last in hopes of securing a future for all mankind. Be steadfast, be stoic, remain vigilant, for here, death awaits all in the world of Aetheran.
Available on all podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Castbox, and Spotify. Search Dark Saga Aetheran to subscribe now.
Steel your mind for eldritch horrors of the universe unknown. For what is to follow is a tale of intrigue, mystery, and madness. You're listening to Microphones and Monsters.
The spotlights shine down on the circle, so you running through cultist, you are going to trigger attacks of opportunity. Aleister, roll for initiative.
Okay. That's a 12.
My initiative is 21.
Damn.
9.
Okay, so I get a flight speed of 10 feet for 10 minutes.
Only 10 feet?
I can fly.
I know, but it still seems a little disappointing. You can only move 10 feet a second.
For free? It's actually like a pretty up there spell for magic casters.
I had like fancy wings in the other campaign I played. I had like 30 feet of flying distance or whatever.
I see you got spoiled on good items.
Yep, I did. The whole party was kind of OP by the end. It was a good final fight, though.
See, the poverty D&D is where it's at.
Mm-hmm. I know. I play Victor Stodge.
So, Aleister, as you start to bolt, whatever direction you're going, you're trying to go backstage, side stage.
Trying to head backstage.
Okay. It is your turn. As you start to bolt, you do notice that there's an entire circle of cultists completely surrounding you. And you're trying to run past them.
So like before I can act at all, like the spotlight's already come on.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like they train the spotlights down, like they're expecting it to come up.
How many cultists are there?
Like it was timed with the platform.
Like, what's the number of them? 7, 8, 2?
I'm going to go with 12.
Circle of 2 cultists.
12.
Yeah,
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Then in that case,
Go ahead.
in that case, here's what I'll do. I will. I'm actually just going to fire Eldritch Blast. I don't feel like playing very well.
Hold on. I have an idea. Hold on. I think I have a spell just for this occasion.
Are you allowed to use it?
Who's gonna stop me?
Right
I
now?
don't know. Well, I thought we were in a battle at this point.
Well, he drank it before it raised all the way to the top.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm flying into the air, but I have a spell.
But it's not your turn.
yeah, it's not my turn yet.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I have a way to
But you are 10 feet in the air.
Yep.
We'll say that because you just jump.
Do I garner attention? Everyone's just like, oh.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, the
Yes.
crowd's just like, ooh, like right off the bat, there's somebody flying in the middle of the stage, and the cultists are circling around y'all, or they are circled around y'all, and they're doing that chanting, praying deal that they were doing in the basement that Aleister heard
Yeah,
earlier.
I really don't feel like playing nice right now, and I really don't want to play along. So
That's fine.
I'm going to go ahead and fire Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
At the 2 cultists that are, I'd say, most, in my way for getting backstage.
Okay, we'll say cultist 1 and cultist 2.
Are they wearing like red jumpsuits with like their numbers, number 1, number 2 on them?
No, they're all wearing yellow robes.
Yeah, we don't even really know if they're cultists or just acting.
They could be constructs.
Against
Or under
against the
no,
first
they're not
one is 27
contracts.
to
They
hit,
could be under suggestion.
That hits.
and the second one's going to miss. Not one.
That one. Okay.
But the one that gets hit,
So you,
the one that gets hit is going to get knocked back 10 feet.
okay. Well, what's the damage?
Damage is going to be, because I'm bumping it with my ability, a total of 14.
All right, 14. So you nail him. I'm guessing you're just going center mass.
Yep.
All right, so you nail him, and you definitely scorch the yellow robes, and he goes flying back, but he completely goes unconscious, and just ragdolls even further. So you just blasted the shit out of him, and he's down. The other one, like you just kind of shot it by him. He didn't really move. Yeah, and the crowd's just like, they're just like, oh, right off the bat, action, woo! like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they're loving it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so like, were they all like shoulder to shoulder? Is there a little like space that was between them?
There is space where that guy was gone, but there really wasn't any space between them. Like their robes were touching, like it was a
So
solid.
it's a pretty tight circle then.
Yeah. As big as 12 people can make a circle.
Pretty big.
I mean, relatively, but not like all that big if they're shoulder to shoulder.
Enough to where you would trigger attack. If you tried to run in between 2 of them, you would trigger attack of opportunity from both of them.
But like in that gap, would I trigger more than one?
Yeah, you would.
Then I would argue technically I would be incurring 3.
You would probably
from
trigger
any other gap.
Yeah, but yeah. But no, if you went straight down the middle, in between them, yeah, you would trigger 2.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on that then for now.
Okay. The cultists, it's their turn now. And they're chanting shifts from the chanting that they were doing before. And they start speaking in Aklo, and Aleister would understand it. Victor, you wouldn't have your hat on just automatically.
Well, but I would usually, I might be able to catch like the second half of the first sentence.
Maybe on your turn.
Oh, okay. I have to turn it on.
Just
It says at will.
It's a trigger thing.
well, yeah, it's at will, but like
Yeah,
when you're
but-
in turn base, like you're limited on the kind of actions that you can take when it's not your turn.
So that's an action I have to take? Or is it a bonus action?
It should say.
But like generally, the only type of action you can take that's not on your turn is a reaction.
Okay.
Yeah, will. I would say he'd be able to do it as a free action. But it's not your turn yet. The cultists, they do shift their chanting to Aklo. And Aleister, you do notice that it's not the best Aklo, but
It's okay.
it is
Mine's not
Aklo.
the best Aklo.
Maybe if they practice.
But you recognize what they're saying, and they're saying an actual thing from the
From the play.
from the book that you read. It's just not in common, like what was written for you. It's in
Right.
Aklo. The crowd starts gasping, and they seem to be just getting into it more. The auditorium is starting to stir, and now it's Victor's turn. Or no, I'm sorry, it's Julian's turn.
Okay. For where I'm at, is the light following me, or is it like they don't really know?
Yeah, it's shining down on where everybody is.
Okay, but I'm going
There's
up in the air.
lights.
Okay, so in terms of like flying speed movement, because I've actually never flown before, do I just like will myself up?
Yeah, you can move up.
Okay,
You can move up 10 feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up 10 feet. So basically 10 feet in the air, right? Or 20.
You're 20 feet in the air now, and Spotlight is following you.
Okay. From my height, can I find out where, like if I'm looking out towards the audience and I'm looking at the second level, how many boxes are there?
So before the spotlight completely catches up with you, I guess you could kind of see a semblance of boxes, but you see a handful around, but you don't really see much because the spotlight gets in your face and you can't see out.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna fire crossbow bolt at the spotlight that's shining on me.
Okay.
Do I need a roll for that?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna use my handy little 22.
All right. It hits. You connect with it, and it the light blows out.
Okay, can I see a little bit better as a result of that?
I mean, it's still dark out in the theater or out in the auditorium, but you do see that there are boxes.
How many?
5.
Where's the largest?
You do have you have a second story. You got 2 boxes on the right side. You got 3 boxes on the left side, and then you of course the seating on the first story.
Is there one box that's larger and possibly more gaudy and yellow looking than the others?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's the closest one to you.
How convenient. Okay. Well, that was my movement and my standard action, so I guess I'm done.
Okay, Victor.
Okay. I'm assuming that Aleister stayed inside the circle, correct?
That's correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. And Gertie and Astra Creel are also inside the circle with us, right?
Yes.
Okay. And all the cultists did on their turn was start chanting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, they changed their chant
They
from
changed
common to Aklo to another
after
language.
Aleister hit one of them. Were they chanting as the thing was rising up? Or did they start chanting when we were there and didn't?
They started chanting with the spotlight. They were chanting in common. The just like a praising their master and all this kind of stuff, and then it switched when after Aleister's turn.
Okay, so
I kind of,
and you said a free action I can make is to turn my hat on, so I can understand the chanting. That won't count as a bonus or a action.
Yeah, it'd be a pretty free action. What were you saying, Richard?
I was just saying, like, I think it's kind of interesting if you think this one out. Like, thing comes up, spotlight turns on, they start chanting in common, and like a half a second later, I blast one of them and they switch.
Very strange.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to set the scene in my head.
And Julian just took up. Just took off up.
I must go. My planet needs me. Whoop.
I'm trying to decide if Victor thinks he would kill one of these cultists or not, because they appear to be normal people.
You don't have to kill him.
I know. Well, the thing I'm thinking about doing might kill him as well.
You can change your unarmed attacks to non-lethal damage.
Yeah, you don't have to do a killing blow.
Yeah, but I have to damage them.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if you do enough damage, but change the damage type to non-lethal, it'll knock them unconscious.
Okay, so I didn't know that. That's very helpful. Thank you. Can I do that with any type of damage, or just
You can do that with your
unarmed
natural
strikes?
attacks. Like, depending, like, it's in theory possible to do it with weapons, but that's kind of a DM, like, discretion kind of thing.
I'm thinking about psychic damage. Can I make psychic damage not lethal along with the unarmed damage?
Have you ever done psychic damage before?
I don't think I have in this.
Do you think you would have control over doing psychic damage? You wouldn't have.
More importantly,
That's what I'm saying.
like, just as a philosophical thing, do you think you could make fire damage non-lethal?
Philosophically, and you know, outside of gamely, or however you want, we started at level 3 and we all agreed on that, and so I figure everything that we were supposed to be able to do at level 3 we knew that we could do when we started the game. Is that fair?
Oh, was that a level 3 thing? Doing psychic damage?
It's at level 3, yes.
Okay. That's
So
what I was asking you.
Okay.
Have you ever done psychic damage before?
Probably yes. At that, because I knew starting the game that I could do it. So
okay.
What I'll do is I'm going to pick out the closest cultist. I'm going to use a key point as a bonus action to do Feast on Thought. And I guess I'll attack them maybe just with a punch instead of a slash as an unarmed strike. I have to bite them. Never mind.
You have to bite them and you have to eat their flesh.
Yeah. Well, hold on. I've got the exact wording. Or are you just going to say that I have to eat their flesh?
No, we've already discussed this before.
Okay. Fine. I'm going to bite them in a non-lethal way.
Okay.
Bite them, but where I'd get a chunk of their flesh off. At least that's what I'm going to try to do with this die here. Okay. And then I'll do the Feast on Thought. And then I'm going to use key point. Sorry, it's very complicated.
It's okay. And okay. Like, yeah, it's being able to use your psychic feast, which your psychic feast requires you to consume their flesh. Yep. So Feast on Thought, but still you would have to consume their flesh.
Yeah. So I'm going to tactfully bite them because I don't necessarily want to kill them. At worst, I want to maim them.
Okay.
But I'm going to go ahead and I use the key point. I'm going to roll for the attack. That would be a 17.
Okay.
So that hits?
That hits.
Assuming? Okay. So I guess I'll roll for the unarmed damage first.
And do I have to do a save against that?
No.
Sure.
No. Yeah. But it allows you to affect creatures normally. Spend 1 key point bonus action next time before the start of your next turn that you hit a creature susceptible to your psychic feast with an unarmed strike using your bite. You deal additional damage to the target as indicated on the feast damage table.
But you're probing their thoughts, right?
I'm doing that, but I have to do the damage as well.
Well, I know that. I'm just
But I'm probing their thoughts. It says there's no saving throw against this effect.
The target makes an intelligence saving throw against your deeper probe. The DC equals your key save DC.
Yeah.
On a failed save, you learn the information. On a successful save, you learn nothing deeper than surface thoughts.
Okay, that's cool. So
Like, ouch, this hurts.
yeah. So let's see here. To do the damage, I'm so slow.
Surface thoughts.
It's all good.
You bit me.
3
You just bit me.
plus. So I did 7 damage, like 7 damage with the thing, and then I've got to roll 4d6 to see how much psychic damage. Ten psychic damage.
Okay. So 17 total?
17 total, and I purposefully made it non-lethal. I just want them to go down if they're beaten, not die.
Okay.
And then with the probe that you had to save against, what I'm wanting to do is find out exactly what this ritual is, how it's done, how far into it we are. I want to know everything that this guy knows about the ritual.
Okay.
And then I suppose that I only know kind of what's going on in his head right now if I fail the save.
Okay.
Or you
What's
fail.
your key? What's your key total?
What do you mean my key total? Oh, the key save?
Yeah, the key
13.
save. 13,
Yes.
and I rolled a 1.
Oh, thank God.
Okay, so hopefully I learn everything I want to know. So like I said, I want to know everything about this ritual, how far into it we are, the play, all of it. I just want to know as much as this guy knows.
It can,
All right. So
it
are
cannot
you
be-
going for a specific body part that you're trying to bite?
Non-lethal, so I imagine
Like his
I'm
arm,
going for like his
his
arm
carotid
or his
artery.
shin or
His carotid artery.
not his carotid artery, not the back of his
Bite
head.
his shin,
You're like-
please.
You're just trying to like rip off his bicep or something.
And I don't want to damage him that badly. I just want to get a chunk of flesh so that I can
he
use
just
the
wants to
magic monk
nibble on
powers.
his fingertip.
Yeah, go do a
Oh yeah, eat a finger.
do a
Right before I do it, I pop like what looks like a mint into my mouth. You know, it's like a little seasoning packet.
do a Mayweather and just go for the ear.
So yeah.
Probably just an arm or something. Arm or leg. I'll let
rips
you
the
decide.
entire arm off.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you're just like, you going for him, and he just like, he kind of raises up his hand, and you just like bite his hand, and like 4 of his fingers come off into your mouth, and you just chew them up.
Chicken fingers.
This guy's regretting being a cultist already.
Cultist fingers.
Hey, there's the
and yeah,
surface thoughts.
you chew them up, and you get like the other two, like even up 20 feet up in the air, you hear him just crunching as you're firing your crossbow bolt.
Oh,
like you just
God,
hear this
that's
crunching.
really loud.
What's the
As he's
audience's
chewing on
reaction
finger
to
bones.
that?
And the audience is like, they're still like really stirred up, really.
When my mouth
really
is full,
heavy.
I just turn to them and go, "It's not a play."
Wow, the effects are really good.
And you swallow it, and you're just overwhelmed with this vision of them practicing like the whole ritual and like learning the ritual with killing, like what you learned from the King in Yellow playbook that you had a memory from before, but this one cultist is like, this is a great job, our job here is to keep them busy, and so keep them busy as long as you can. You may lose your life, but our master will reward us. And yeah, so you're back being blinded by the spotlight.
Okay, and I guess I would convey
And
that.
and that cultist that you just bit his fingers off, he screams and he falls to the ground, and he's just like his eyes are wide open, and he's just like twitching on the ground.
So he's not unconscious?
Might as well be.
Okay.
But yeah, he's
Imagine it'll go away.
twitching. His eyes are wide open, like you just fucked his mind up.
Yeah, you bit all his fingers off, and now he's a potato.
No, non-lethal. I incapacitated him.
Well,
I hit him like a stun
Funnily
gun.
enough,
that's
vegetables aren't dead.
Yeah.
I have committed so much murder. Oh, man.
Yeah.
And I suppose if I have any other time left, like after I don't know how long it takes me to, I don't know how long the memories take to happen. Like in his brain. I guess it's instantaneously.
It's instantaneously, but like it's now one of your memories, so you remember the whole thing. But it happens instantaneously, but you have a new memory.
Okay, so then I would just sort of yell. I would be like, Julian, Aleister, they're keeping us busy for some reason. They're doing something else.
Are you just yelling it, or you have a perfectly good walkie-talkie right next to you?
You're 10 feet in the air, and Aleister's next to me.
Excuse me, sir. I am 20 feet in the air.
He is 20 feet in there.
I yell.
And there is a lot of noise. There's a lot of music. There's a lot
forgot about the music.
lot of clamoring, and just the crowd is really stirred up.
Okay, if it doesn't take any additional actions, I'll say it into the walkie-talkie.
Totally, yeah, you can talk.
Okay, yeah, there we go. I just did that in the walkie-talkie. Boom.
The Vox box.
The Vox box. Excuse me.
Trademark, do not steal.
And let's see. And I can't really see out past the spotlights either. I don't know what's going on. Right?
No, you just hear all the commotion and the music going.
And I guess it would be an action to pick up one of the women and start running.
What?
like just like though. I
Like,
mean,
we're in
even
a
if they're
fight here, and
distracting
he's
us, I
worried
don't want
about picking
Gertie to
up
die.
Oh, okay. You're talking about Astra and Gertie. You did not specify.
Hey, there might be
For
some.
my final action is, hey, if you from out of town.
I was thinking
There might be
you
some-
just like fully committed to the Frankenstein thing.
No. I mean, I'm thinking in order to pick Gertie up and like run her out of there.
Yeah, you
So she
can't do
get
that right
killed.
now.
I can't do that right now. Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to stay there with Aleister in this circle because I don't think these guys are going to cause us too much trouble. At least I hope not.
All right.
I can't really think of anywhere I need to run.
Okay. So you're just standing there protecting Gertie and Astra.
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
And Aleister.
Aleister, it's your turn.
Wait, it's my turn?
It's your
Yes. It's back to you.
Has Julian actually... Or no, he did. Never mind.
Yeah,
I remember now.
Yeah, he went.
Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and try and Eldritch Blast again at the two on the either side of the hole that I created.
Okay. It's like you're bowling for cultist.
turn. 7/10.
The first one is going to be a 22 to hit,
That hits.
and the second one is going to be a 10.
It hits.
Oh, wow.
Non-lethal push damage, right?
Sure. Yeah, so both of them will get knocked back 10 feet. The first one I'm going to do my extra damage to. So he's going to take 17. And the second one is an even 10.
All right. Same thing that happened to that one cultist. You blast both of them, and both of them go flying back. And
And now there
Land
should be
on
a
their
good enough
ass.
hole for me to run through.
yes, there is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to run through, like, go backstage. My intention, like where I'm trying to head ultimately at this point, is back around to try and get to Dalton Renfield's box.
Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm running backstage and then trying to head that direction.
All
And
right.
however far I get, and we'll pick this up on my next turn, I guess.
Okay. So you're able to get off stage. You're able to almost get to the hallway. Almost.
Okay.
Cool. And next turn, you might be able to sprint the rest of the way.
Yeah. Yeah, because we do have the sprint rule. All right. All right, the cultist. So
one of them is not doing so good. Actually, no,
there's
several of them are not doing so good.
8 of them left, I think. We've taken out 4 so far.
yeah, there's 8 of them left. 4 of them draw daggers.
Hello, Aleister here. I don't know why everybody's so worried about this play. In the scheme of things, it seems to be turning more into a comedy of errors. I mean, we have Julian here floating around like some kind of dandelion drifting in the wind, thinking that that's going to do us much good, apparently. You have Victor, who is somehow not wanting to hurt anybody, but ends up dismembering and lobotomizing one. I guess he's still alive, which is ultimately his goal. And don't even get me started on this supposed mythical circle of cultists that are 12 wide, with still being able to actually get all the way around the platform that we raised up on. Aleister, I actually ran the math on that, and it actually makes perfect sense. As a matter of fact, if you assume like a 5x5 grid, like you normally would, and place them actually in a circular manner around it, they would actually fit pretty much perfectly to allow a 20 by 20 space in the middle. And indeed, if you were to run through an open space that one left, you would draw 2 attacks of opportunity, so that makes perfect sense. Hush up, you. It's not the way that I want it to work, so that's not the way it works. And what would you know anyway? At least I was finally able to get out of there. I'll show them trying to distract me and hold me captive. I dare anyone to get in my way. But before I get too heated, I need to go ahead and finish this. So, remember to go and visit us at Microphones and Monsters, where you can find links to all of our podcatchers and all of our social media. As always, music is written and produced by Marco Mazzei of Fallen Highway Studios. So thank you for listening in, and hopefully you'll join us next time when I catch up to Dalton and really give him what he deserves.